Module 7, the home buying process. Even something that loan officers and realtors think is very simple may be daunting to you. You guys are going to learn exactly what stage each thing happens and how this flow goes when you get into contract, how the loan works, how the appraisals work, and what happens to get you to the closing table. By knowing upfront, it's going to give you a more secure feeling that once you do get in contract on that home, you're going to know the steps along the way. Okay, so this is the home buying process, exactly what the steps are when you're ready to buy a home and kind of how it works logistically. So during the home buyer process, our goal at Velocity Money University is have you so educated that you're extremely confident in your ability to buy a home, because you guys can do your own math, because we've learned about debt to income ratio and some other things. Now, we have all sorts of incentives to use our mortgage company, but it's totally cool if you want to use a different mortgage company. So here's how it looks. You speak to a loan officer or a recommended loan officer in your area. Because you're having been educated, you could tell them, I understand debt to income ratio, I understand lots of things, and make sure you feel like you're dealing with an honest, transparent loan officer. Once they send you either their link or their application, you're going to provide income and asset documentation so that they can pull your credit, look at everything, calculate the DTI in the system, and now you've gotten issued a pre-approval. Then it's very important to find the right realtor. One of the reasons why we have a recommended realtor list throughout the United States is, guys, there's a lot of bad realtors out there, just like there's a lot of bad loan officers out there. You need somebody who really knows their stuff. I train and mentor realtors and loan officers so that they understand all the philosophies of the Velocity Money, because it's a lot more than just driving you to see a house. So we have to get you the right realtor. When you find the right house, you're going to go into contract. Certain states have attorneys, other states just use title companies, and now you've agreed upon the house. So the next step, once you're in contract and the attorney review period ends, is the lender is going to disclose the loan for you. In the next module, I'm going to go over loan estimate, which literally is like Egyptian writing, but I'm going to explain how the loan estimate works, because that's going to be invaluable to you. Once you sign the disclosures, you're not committed to doing the loan, but you've signed and agreed to the application. The interest rate may be locked immediately, or you may choose to float the rate, but you have to trust the loan officer, and as soon as you decide you want to lock a rate, you're going to get the rate locked. So as soon as you sign disclosures, an appraisal is going to be ordered. An appraisal is an outside company that appraises the value of the property to make sure that it meets the value of what you're buying the house for. Sort of at the same time, your loan is submitted to the underwriter. Once your loan is conditionally approved by the underwriter, they typically approve it and ask for a few more items. They always find something else to ask for. And at the end of the loan, you're going to have to get homeowner's insurance to insure the property. Once final approval is issued, your file will be cleared. Then, when you get the clear to close, there's this thing called a closing disclosure. The closing disclosure, oftentimes on the first one, matches the loan estimate, because there's a first closing disclosure and then there's a final one. So you'll get issued a final closing disclosure, and then you are allowed to close 3 days later. That's a law in the United States. On closing day, your documents are going to be signed. You're going to wire whatever down payment and closing cost money, and congratulations, you're now a homeowner. So that's the process, very simplified, but that's the process. So during the home buying process, here's a fun slide of please do not. I say fun because we've had a lot of these circumstances. The first one is don't quit your job or change employers. Now, let me say this. If you have a salaried position, let's just say as a financial analyst and you work for Raymond James, and you go get a job being a financial analyst for Bank of America with the same salary or more, that's totally fine. But what you can't do is be a financial analyst and then become like a straight commission 1099 realtor. Because then we need 2 years of tax returns and you're in trouble because you can't buy. So if it's a similar occupation, salary, you're fine. But try not to change jobs during the process of a loan. Do not purchase any large ticket items. When we pull your credit or a lender pulls your credit, if you have a $500 car payment, we're calculating that in the DTI. If you go get a new car at $800 a month, that might affect the loan, and the loan could possibly be denied. Now, you might have tons of room on the debt to income ratio. I don't know, but it's probably something you want to avoid during the process of the loan. Don't increase outstanding balances on your credit cards. Do not be delinquent on any credit. If you start to be delinquent during the process of a loan, that's a whammy. And cash is no good, guys. We need 2 months bank statements so that we can source and season the loan. Now, with Fannie, Freddie, and FHA, gifts from mom and dad are allowed, but I have a lot of clients who come to me and they're like, well, I have some cash. I'm like, no, you can't have cash. It's got to be in the bank. And they hold on to their cash, and then they think 3 weeks before the closing, they can deposit it, and the underwriter sees it, and they want to know where the cash came from. Cash is no good. And don't schedule moving trucks. Wait for a clear to close, and then work out all the logistics. So just some fun facts. You want to always check with your loan officer or lender during the process of the loan so you don't do crazy things that could screw up the loan.